Okay, so then getting started with the actual song, I'll just start from the beginning and we'll go over the little details. I think the thing most people are having a hard time with is the muting, because I'm strumming most of the time throughout the song, and then I'm using the left hand and sometimes the right hand to mute different strings. So I'm going to be showing basically how I do that. The very first chord, you only play up to the second string. Right? By the way, if you don't have the tab for this, there's a link for the tab in the info. It's also the link to the actual video of the song. So when I play that chord, I'm actually muting with the right hand pinky finger. I'm muting the first string. That's just to make sure I don't hit it by accident. So I can hit the chord without worrying about that. And then I play that little melody here. And that's all hammer-ons and pull-offs. So you only actually hit that first chord, and the rest is all with the left hand. If you're not used to playing legato, hammer-ons and pull-offs, your hand can get tired really fast. So you don't have to do that. You can also just pick a couple of notes. For example, you can pick the first note and hammer on, and then pick the last one. Like that, or different variations of it. You don't have to actually have to do it all legato. Then the actual melody starts. So that first part of the melody, I'm mostly playing the lower strings. And I'm usually using the first string to mute the strings. So for example, the very first part, I just have the index finger across most of the strings, from the 5th string all the way down. Just barely on, just touching the string just so it doesn't sound. And then the first note I play with the pinky, and the next one with the middle finger. So all you're actually hearing is the lowest string, and then this note, followed by that note. And everything else is just rhythm, just strumming. And then comes this part. And then here, the index finger again, though it's actually fretting the 3rd fret here, but it's also muting all the strings below it. It's kind of laying down on them. And then the very tip is also muting the string above it. So again, you're only hearing this note and that note. And it stays there while the other fingers come down. Right? So and then we switch here to this. Switch to that chord, I play with the middle finger, pinky, and then I land on the index finger and middle finger. And then on this chord, again I'm muting with the pinky finger on the right hand, the first string. Now on this part, on the tab, I write out the exact melody that should sound, but I usually don't worry about hitting the strings exactly. I just kind of hit the general area and it usually sounds fine. Just as long as that first string is muted. So from the very beginning it'd be lowest string with a thumb here when I played that chord. So that's actually the G chord, so you don't want that C note to sound because it doesn't fit. Then comes the C chord, again, 6th string, this time muting just all the strings, and then with a pinky and a middle finger. Yeah, pinky. And then here, this one's a little tricky. The middle finger mutes the lowest string with the tip while it's fretting the 5th string, and the index finger mutes the rest. And then here the ring finger and the pinky. Right, so it's. And then this part, I think, is pretty simple. That's like a power chord, basically. Again, you're muting the rest of the strings here. Oops. Again, it repeats. It ends differently. So most of the time I'm trying to mute the upper strings, the higher strings.